Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you. Before we get started, I want to ask you guys to definitely go on our page and subscribe and like the video. Let's try and push it around a little bit. Today's video is going to be a little bit about the ABA Opens East Tennessee Divisional Championship on Lake Chickamauga, which was September the 16th and 17th, 2023. You had to fish 3 of the 4 one-day qualifiers to make it to the championship. You got to be 10th or better in the points after the championship to qualify for the Ray Scott Championship, which will be on Lake Chickamauga in April of 2024. So that was our goal from the beginning of the season, was to make the Ray Scott Championship. This season, you know, between the opens and the solos, for me, just really wasn't a good season. Didn't cash any checks, just, you know, struggled to put limits together. But we hung in there and was sitting 11th in the points coming into the championship. So we needed to gain 1 more place and 5 points behind 10th place to make the Ray Scott. And when it was all said and done, you know, we ended up finishing 3rd, or well, we won the tournament, and then we finished 3rd in the points. So we qualified for the Ray Scott, and kind of goal succeeded for that, and closed out the season, because this was our final event, with a win. So it made a rough season into a pretty decent finish anyways. So I just kind of wanted to go over, you know, today with what I did Saturday and Sunday for the event, and then you guys can watch the video from there. But so day 1, you know, practice. I took off all week to practice for this event, and Saturday, Sunday, the week before, just really struggled to find anything downriver. So Monday and Tuesday I decided to run upriver and look for some good grass edges and see what I could put together, and, you know, look for a good flipping bite. So when I got upriver, looking for the grass I was looking for, it was there. Just really, for me, I was looking for that punch bite, flipping bite. You know, it's just, that's my strength, and that's what I'm always going to look for, no matter what time of the year it is. Didn't really find what I wanted. Flipped a bunch of stuff that I have in the past, just history, and, you know, just wasn't really there. Monday afternoon, I hit one stretch that had 2 or 3 bites on, decent, you know. So I said, okay, I'll go back and hit that on Tuesday. Went back in there Tuesday, you know, didn't go far, just run up the grass line a little bit, and, you know, had a 410 and just a few more yards up there. I had a 512, so I pulled off of it and said, that's, you know, all I need to see. Went back downriver on Wednesday, looking around, and, you know, got on some chatterbait fish. So I felt, all right. And the chatterbait fish seemed to be a little more, because that's kind of what I've been on before practice for this, was a good little chatterbait bite. So started off with that on Saturday morning, nothing, didn't stick with it long. Ran to my flipping bite, just was going to stick with it, or hopefully anyways. And right off the bat, I had a, you know, bite pretty quick. Good keeper in a boat, and that just settled me down, gave me the confidence to say, okay, they're here, just stick with it. And pretty much that's what I did. All day Saturday, you'll see, you know, I missed fish, caught fish. It was a struggle. I really, you know, take pride in my punching skills, I guess you'd say, and I did not fish clean on Saturday. I lost several fish and missed several fish, and so end of the day, I ended up had 12:03, I think it was, sitting in 5th place. But I left. You know, I left my fish about 10:30 after I got my limit, and I coiled one time. I knew that I was going to have to lean on that place, you know, the next day, so there was no sense in beating them all up on day 1 and then not having anything left for day 2, because I really didn't have anything else. Left there, went and done some chatterbait fishing, and I caught 3 or 4 fish chatterbait, and you know, was throwing a choo-choo lures, Carter special. It's green pumpkin and purple. Throwing a green pumpkin and black and blue Gambler Little Easy for a trailer. Using a Lew's reel, speed spool. You know, and it's I don't know what gear ratio it is, anyhow. But Yankum custom tackle, medium heavy, 7.3 rod, and that's pretty much what I stick with all the time when I'm chatterbait fishing. It's, you know, I use K9 braid, 65 pound or 60 pound, and K9 100% fluorocarbon 18 pound leader when I'm throwing a chatterbait. Sunday, rolled back into the same place and started off. I had a co-angler on Sunday. I fished by myself Saturday solo. So Sunday I rolled back in. We started out, you know, pretty quick. First 10 minutes or so I missed one, and then my first fish I land, you'll see in the video as well, it's a 5 even. So I knew, you know, I had a chance with that, and just to put my head down and stick there all day. And we worked one grass line back and forth all day long. Had 3 fish fairly quick. You know, missed several fish, broke one off again where I use a snell knot when I'm flipping, and you know, with a tungsten weight, and you know, even when it's pegged, you still end up beating your line up quite a bit. And I didn't retie the night before, which was my fault. You know, heck, using 80 pound K9 braid, or 60 pound, I'm sorry. And I just, you know, mental error, didn't retie, and I done caught the one big one, and missed a couple, and I set the hook on one that just broke me off real quick. So got a little frustrated, sat down, retied, got back at it. 11 o'clock, I only had 3 fish, kind of, you know, getting in my head a little bit, but I knew just stick with it. Weigh-in was at 2 o'clock, and about 12 o'clock, 11:30, 12 o'clock, I got on another little stretch right there and put 2 in the boat, and then ended up culling one. And I had, at that time, I had 2 just line burners I need to get rid of. So I culled one of those, and my co-angler still hadn't caught any fish. So I was like, you know, I knew I had a decent bag, but I had one more place I saved punching that I had a couple of bites during practice. I said, we'll go over and hit it real quick. And pulled up there, caught one that culled 1 ounce. You know, went from a 115 line burner to a 2 pound even that was 15.5 inches. So I felt good. Even, you know, wasn't much weight of a cull, but it was got me off that line burner I didn't have to worry about. So we left there and, you know, went and tried catching him some fish, and just never did work out. He ended up zeroing. But when it was all said and done, for Sunday I had 15.92, which gave me a total of 27.95 for 2 days. And I edged out second place. I had 27.90 for 2 days. So I jumped from 5th to 1st and gave me the win. Just all worked out. But just kind of go over what I was using. Both rods, I alternated back and forth from black and blue with a black Dalton tungsten 1.25 ounce punch weight pegged. I'm using a black and blue punt skirt, a black and blue sweet beaver, and a trocar flipping hook with a rattle. I very rarely punch without a rattle. both rods, loose reels, yank 'em, custom tackle, 7/6 flipping sticks. They're, you know, special made, custom made. They're heavy action with an extra fast tip. You know, using K9 60-pound braid for line, tying a snell knot. This one, Dalton tungsten, 1.25 ounce weight, just raw. And that one's a Sweet Beaver green pumpkin with a green pumpkin blue punch skirt, and again trocar flipping hook and a rattle. But anyhow, that's how we done it. Every fish we weighed in was punching, and I'll end the intro with that and let you guys enjoy the video. But like I say, we appreciate you tuning in this year, and hopefully we'll have a pretty good season next year. Looking forward to the ABA Professional League and fishing that. So we'll see how it all works out. But keep tuning in and hit the subscribe and like buttons, and we'll see you in the future. Thank you.
Flashing his way up, Mr. Brad Harmon, boat number 14. Boat 15 is right over here, drifting off over into the grass over there, Mr. Matt James. Boat 16, James Harris. Be careful, Brad.
Frank.